India's capital city is getting ready to vote again in a fortnight, and it's an all-out war for Delhi's corporate elections between our BJP and the Congress. So we kick off our brand new debate show with the spotlight on Delhi. Welcome everyone to Urban Reality. I'm Manisha Natarajan. Today, we get to the bottom of the math and the politics behind AAP's promise to do away with property tax for all Delhiites if they voted to power. Before I introduce you to my guests and the panelists, here's a quick state setter and the political history of Delhi Municipal Corporation. Now, in 2012, under Sheila Dikshit's government, the Municipal Corporation was divided into three zones: the north, the east, and the south. The Congress did that with the hope of capturing power in at least one of the MCDs, but that didn't really pan out. Since 2007, who's been ruling the corporations? It is the BJP all throughout. Now, together, the three corporations provide civic services to look at the number over 1 crore Delhiites and controls or covers 96% of the total capital area or the national capital area. Despite the fact that Delhi corporations really determine the quality of over 1 crore people, Delhi has recorded a lower turnover when it comes to voting for municipal polls than for assembly polls. Will that change? We don't know. What we do know is that AAP has promised to do away with property tax. So here are the three big questions we're going to ask on Urban Reality today. Number one question: should Delhiites celebrate a possible waiver of property tax? The second question, and an important one: how will AAP make up for the loss of 1,500 crores of revenue in property tax? But the most important questions that all these three parties need to answer: can either BJP, Congress or AAP nurse the cash-strapped MCDs back to health? And I think that's a critical question. Let me welcome my panelists today. Representing AAP is Ashutosh from the BJP. We have Narendra Taneja. From the Congress, Aman Pawar, and we also have an independent think tank, Janaagraha representative, Srikanth Viswanathan, joining us. Gentlemen, welcome to the Urban Reality. With Ashutosh, because really, Ashutosh, you are the lead actor in this story and the debate that we are doing today. So tell me, Mr. Kejriwal said that AAP was making the promise of waiving property tax with full responsibility and after thorough study and planning. Could you help us understand the math of it? What happens when the MCDs together lose more than 1,500 crores of revenue?
See, you remember in 2013 and 2015 when Aam Aadmi Party was promising to the Delhi that it will provide electricity at the half the cost and the water without any bill. At that point of time, everybody just made fun of us and said that it is not doable. Even we were told that we are running a subsidy economy. But after 2 years of our experience, I can tell you that there is nothing called जो खजाना है वो कहीं लुटा नहीं है, बल्कि in the Jal Board we had made an extra revenue of 176 crores. Even the Delhi budget, despite having no tax in the last 2 years, it's a surplus budget in that sense. In the same sense, we are saying that it's not about 1,500 crores. It's a question of how are we going to implement and govern the state. And property tax has been one of the biggest issue regarding corruptions. You ask anybody. And
all right, okay, hold your thought, Ashutosh. Why is property tax a source of corruption? If you know, even first-hand experience of someone who pays property tax in Delhi, I think it is the easiest thing to pay today. It's online, it's completely transparent, it's also stepwise, so the richer pay more and the poorer pay less. And here you have said, blanket, no property tax. This is not for those who can't afford it. Even the rich don't pay any property tax. Why?
We have to understand the arithmetic and the new model of governance. See, the issue is much larger than what we view. The issue is corruption in MCD, and the corruption it's not only us, but even the Delhi High Court has dubbed MCD as the most corrupt institution across the world. Even the High Court has gone to the extent of, why don't you fold up this MCD?
Mr. Narendra Taneja, come in here. I must say that even with BJP, there's been a little bit of populist policies. You know, just before the elections, BJP also decided to actually waive off all the penalties of people who had not paid property tax, which is actually penalizing good taxpayers. But this whole math, I'm not able to understand, that the corruption of MCD goes away, and in some miraculous way, it will actually fill up the coffers of MCDs, and two of them are actually bleeding desperately today.
Aam Aadmi Party's strategy is simple. They say we want to abolish property tax. I live in Delhi. I'm a resident of Delhi and I pay property tax. And I've been doing it for years using technology, digital. I have no interface with any other person except technology. There is no question of corruption. That's my personal experience. Experience some other people, members of Aam Aadmi Party might be different. I respect that. But the thing is, the strategy on the number is calculation is very simple. If you abolish property tax completely, then MCDs would be even more dependent on the government of Delhi, which is, controlled by Aam Aadmi Party. Delhi government is the richest government in India in terms of per capita. Is the richest. And look what they are doing. They are basically, they're enjoying, meal 16,000 rupees per plate. That's government of Delhi. That's populism at that level.
Okay,
and
so
at the same time, you just see the morning.
Let's focus on just the math of the property tax. Even under BJP, you've not had a fantastic record. I mean, look at the condition of East and North Delhi municipal corporations. Both are running budget deficits of 2,000 crore. You have only South, which is positive. 775 crores for South Delhi Municipal Corporation comes from property tax. If you waive that off, you actually have even South Delhi Municipal Corporation going into a debt trap. Aman Pawar, come in here. What is the thought process here? I know that the trifurcation happened under Sheila Dikshit, hoping that, Congress will at least get some power in one of the MCDs. That's not happened. But if you came to power, what is the game plan of actually making MCDs self-sufficient and self-reliant and not go into these populist measures?
I'm glad, Manisha, you have asked this question. And if you remember, in the first week of March, we had roped in the former finance minister, Mr. P. Chidambaram, and Mr. Jyotiraditya Scindia to help the Delhi Congress to prepare a roadmap to how to make the municipal corporations financially self-reliant. And I must tell you, for instance, there are 5 lakh street vendors in Delhi, and only 14,500 of them have licenses. 4,85,000 of them do not have licenses because the Aam Aadmi Party government has not given them licenses even after 2 years of coming to power. So if we give them licenses, we will be able to generate 600 crore rupees more for the municipal corporations for various development works. And now this entire propaganda of abolishing property tax that the Aam Aadmi Party is playing, Shunglu committee report has exposed them. And this is completely false, completely lies what they are saying, because in 2015, when the BJP ruled municipal corporations requested Arvind Kejriwal that kindly allow us to levy property tax in unauthorized colonies, Arvind Kejriwal gave them a go-ahead. And today when the polls are approaching, they want to abolish property tax in toto. Whereas in 2015, he wanted to add property tax to at least 40% of the area which was not covered earlier.
From a party like Aam Aadmi, it came as a shock to anybody who understands business and economics. This was the least expected. This actually profits the rich in Delhi, because remember, if you look at the housing in Delhi, it has a national average of housing is 27% of people have 3 bedrooms. In Delhi, 35% plus people have 3-bedroom plus houses.
When we talked about that electricity will be provided half the cost, we did it. When we said that the water will be provided free of the cost, we did it.
Okay, Ashutosh,
so we are promising house tax abolition.
Hold your thought there. Just 1 second. On water, the math worked because you actually brought about all the non-metered homes and waived off water tariff for those who were just consuming 20,000 litre and below. In housing, the same logic does not work. It's a graded tax structure. The bigger your house, the richer you are, the more property tax you have. So why this blanket announcement of doing away with all property tax? Even the richest of Delhi do not pay tax. Aren't we going back several steps?
See, can I speak now? See,
yes,
the
please, go ahead.
BJP, you have asked two questions. One question is said in the few years back when they wanted to levy the property tax, we allowed that. And now we are making a policy announcement. There has to be different that we are making a policy announcement that if we come, we will do it. BJP didn't want to do it, didn't do that. That's something beyond that. The today issue is why BJP is not talking about the economics of corruption. If we are providing water free of cost and still our budget is surplus, we are earning more than 176 crore. This has to be understood because the councillor and the bureaucracy in the MCD has been so neck deep into the corruption that they have failed to even pay the salaries of the people. Where this money is going?
Let me get Srikanth into this debate. Janaagraha has been collecting data, and actually the data that it shows that Delhiites are anyway very, very poor payers of taxes when it comes to property tax. Just about less than half of Delhiites who own property actually pay tax. Srikanth, even the economic survey talked about the fact that, such few people in this country really pay property tax. Do you buy the argument which is being thrown by Ashutosh that if you take away the cost of corruption, you can nurse back all the MCDs to health?
Manisha, I think the larger question is on abolition of property tax, whether it is a sound precedent to establish in an urban local body in India. So urban local bodies in India, and more particularly MCD, have, all largely uniformly suffer from poor fiscal health. And I think abolition of property tax is not just a question of the current collections of 1,500 crores, but is actually doing away with the full potential of, say, 3,000 or 4,000 crores, even assuming fairly modest estimates of property tax. So we need to look at the opportunity loss of close to 4,000 crores rather than the current collection of 1,500 crores, which, as you rightly pointed out, perhaps is about 30 to 40%. That's point number one. Point number two is globally, however difficult it may be to administer property tax remains the single most viable and most important source of revenue for local government. Now, the fact that administering property tax is difficult cannot be a reason to abolish it. So even though there may be math underpinning the fact that savings arising from better stance against corruption will result in savings of, say, 1,500 crores or 2,000 crores. Abolition of property tax by itself doesn't seem to be a very feasible move for an urban local body. And we also need to understand that even at current levels of fiscal health for fairly, better municipal corporations in terms of, financial capabilities like Delhi and Bombay, the current levels of public investments in our cities is abysmally low. Right. So to attain fairly decent quality of life for all citizens in our cities, we need significantly higher levels of public investments, which can come only if we have a robust revenue base, and property tax will play a very significant role in facilitating that.
Gentlemen, hold your thought. We have to take a very quick short break, but we will come back. Politics of property tax. You're watching Urban Reality with me, Manisha Natarajan. We'll be back in just a moment.